Excited about the prospect of going to sleep, after all the work they'd accomplished, Claire began organizing the items they'd forged and putting them into the case. "Do you have to just dump them like that?" Hannah sighed, watching as Claire just tossed the daggers into the carrying case. Claire raised a brow. "It's not like these things are designed to keep it all organized. The moment we pick it up and walk it over to Darlena, they're just going to get jumbled up." She didn't particularly think it was that big of a deal. Hannah let out a sigh to signal what she thought of Claire's logic, but didn't say anything more, as though not wanting to argue about it anymore. When the last of the throwing daggers were put into the case, Claire closed it and grabbed the handle. "It's pretty heavy," Claire said, bouncing the carrying case to feel the weight. Snickering, Hannah said, "All those daggers are made from steel, so it's reasonable to think that they're heavy considering how many of them there are inside that thing." They both walked to the portal connecting the workshop to the guild. Once they found themselves in the sparse room that only contained the portal, the door was soon opened. Just as before, they were exposed to the various videos and advertisements created by the guild, in addition to the live streams of other adventurers. With it not being her first time seeing the screens, Claire didn't think much of them, though she still occasionally checked them out when there was one she hadn't seen before. Being in the area where the workshops were located, instead of the main hall for those in the crafting field, many of the live streams were being done by those not able to produce decent quality equipment. "Wow. After we've made so many daggers, I'm just realizing how bad some of these people are at crafting and forging equipment." Claire's eyes were wide as she paid attention to a young woman who was talking about the actions she was performing, polishing an axe that had been recently created. Hannah turned her head to look at the live streamer. "It's pretty close to what you made." Turning to look at Hannah, Claire saw her friend sticking out a tongue. "We'd be in trouble if that was what I produced. I feel like Darlena would feel pity towards our situation if that's what we made." Placing her hand on top of her breast, Hannah said, "I know she wouldn't pity my work." All right. You're superior at forging daggers compared to me." Claire sighed in annoyance at her friend's shameless bragging and look of superiority. "The great Hannah is so generous to associate with such a lowly individual as me, especially with my poor crafting skills." Raising a hand to her mouth, "As long as you understand that," Hannah pretended to laugh heartily, as though she were noble in front of a peasant. Shaking her head, Claire couldn't help but chuckle at her friend's behavior. Adventurers walking down the hallway to their workshops gave Claire and Hannah weird looks, as though finding how the two were behaving to be odd. The two ignored the looks others gave them. They were able to control themselves when they reached the main hall for the crafting adventurers. Walking past the other crafters, the topics being discussed, some louder than others, revolved around various crafting projects. There were some talking about how it was important to create armor to help people last longer against stronger monsters in the simulation, while others argued that weapons were what decided an outcome. There were also arguments about what was the best way to create steel and other ingredients used in the forging process. "I see that's peaceful like usual," Claire joked to Hannah. Hannah shrugged. "It might be beneficial to join in on the debates, since it's possible we pick up something new." Seeing Claire's look, Hannah continued, "Though Dragny has helped us learn how to forge weapons, all of us on this side of portals have the benefit of modern knowledge. There may be things that people in the simulation don't realize are a thing.